The rain is good for our flowers, right? If you have a beautiful garden this summer, our first guest is here to show us how to carry those blooms indoors by creating fresh arrangements for your home or special events like baby or bridal showers. Here's Steve Neubauer of Neubauer's Flowers and Market House to show us how the pros do it. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm getting ready to use my tools.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Get your little exercise in.
But this is beautiful, some of the displays that you brought us.
Yeah, well, it is. And, you know, in June we really thought, will the flowers grow at all with all the rain that we had? But they did come, and then it got warm. And this really is beginning to be peak flower time for your garden flowers.
Right.
So, you know, we brought some things here. These are all local garden. Many of you probably have these in your house or in your yards right now, and the colors are just beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so your zinnias and gomphrena and coxcomb and rudbeckia and Queen Anne's lace, ageratum. This was always one of my favorite. I could never grow it, but it was always one of my favorites.
And what is this on the end with the little red balls on it? I've never seen that before.
That is Amaranthus.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of it. It's used a lot, especially in the fall with bridal work. And so it's here. You'll see it more commonly from California in bridal work, but you can grow it in your garden here. And like I said, the Queen Anne's lace, the scabiosa, there's just really whatever you're growing right now, you can really bring in.
Well, I'm glad that you're going to help me because I've picked a couple flowers and put them in a vase, and that's pretty much the extent of my arranging.
And that's great because everybody, if you've known the things that we've had bottles and little mason jars and things like that, so that it's perfect. So the first thing you're going to do when you do this, when you bring your flowers in, you're really going to want to cut them. If you have floral preservative at home, you want to put them in floral preservative for about 4 hours before you start to work with them.
Are those little packets?
The little packets,
you get from the florist?
Packets there. If not, if you have anything at your house, room temperature water, a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
Sugar. You know, is good. So that will help the flowers hydrate better, and it will help feed them. And sugar and just a dash of bleach, which will kill any bacteria.
Oh wow.
So these are all things here. Again, this scented geranium. We're going to start with the scented geranium.
Do I have that over here too?
You do, right there in front of you. Okay. It is.
All right.
So
you've had this arranged so nice for me.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So what are we doing here?
We're just going to cut it to lengths, and what we're going to do is actually just kind of put it in as a base so our stems will hold that. So we're just going to put 3 or 4 pieces in this vase.
And then am I cutting it diagonally?
Yep, you can cut it diagonally. Will be great.
And do I have to trim some of this other stuff?
Yep, any leaves that are below the water you should take off. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. See?
I'm learning.
You're learning, yeah.
Okay. And of course, we'll plug this later too, but you could always have you just
we could do that.
Okay, and so then I'm just putting these in as fillers.
Yeah, you're just going to quickly, you know, kind of weave them in, and all we're going to do is to make sure as we put our flowers in that they'll hold, so they'll stay where we want them to stay.
Okay. And even this guy, like it looks like some of these leaves at the bottom, you can just kind of trim these off, right?
Absolutely.
The not so pretty ones. Here.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, I only got a couple in.
Yeah, okay. That's all right.
No worries.
Yeah, well, no worries. Okay. So then we'll start with our flowers, and usually I like to use things that have a little bit of body to them, like the Queen Anne's lace. I kind of had it in order for us, so it'll do that.
I think this is so pretty.
Yeah, and you see this growing along the road. You know, when I was a kid, when you were there, you used to pick this and take it home and put it in food coloring, and it would change colors. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but
so
I've seen this on the side of the road.
Yeah, and any of the flowers that you do with that, you can do. And the best thing to do is cut the flowers. Just leave them lay on your table. Let them wilt a little bit, not all the way down, but just a little bit. And then you can put them in food coloring. They will accept the color.
I like how you look at you snapping away.
Well, that's.
Okay, so
I've had a little more practice than you.
Yeah,
I bet.
You? So. Okay. All right, so we got some of this green in.
Yeah, so we've had that now, and as you can see, this is kind of solid, so it's going to hold. So we're going to start with the flowers, and we generally like to work with your colors.
Okay. So now, can I add in, what should I add in? Oh, there's roses with thorns on them.
That's the end. That's the end.
Okay.
That's the end.
Wait for these.
Yeah, you want to wait for those. You should have some zinnias.
Here.
Yeah, there should be some zinnias and ageratum.
Can I put some of these red in?
You can. That's coxcomb.
coxcomb. Okay. I'm going to stick these in the middle. Look at,
You can do that. You can do that. Absolutely, you can do that.
them right in the middle like that. And then should I take some of these other colors and just put them around?
Sure.
And also, what's the importance of taking some of this off?
Well, what happens is when the leaves go into the water, it starts to rot, and rotting foliage will create ethylene gas. And ethylene gas is harmless. However, it accelerates the aging process. So your flowers are not going to last as long with the ethylene gas.
So if you're in a bit of a rush and you want to get it done, just know that your flowers won't last as long as.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
If it's for a party, many times that's great. You can leave the leaves in. It obviously it makes it a lot easier to stand up. Your flowers will stay where you put them, but just so you understand that they will not keep as long.
Is there any mistake to make when you're arranging flowers? I mean, I feel like they can go with anything, right?
They really can, and especially this time of year, and we're seeing the design trends now, especially with wedding flowers, that it really has a gathered look. It really isn't designed. So it's really meant to look like you went out in your yard and you picked some flowers and brought them in.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of fun doing this.
Yeah.
Therapeutic a little bit. I forgot we were on TV.
Yeah.
People are still watching us,
yeah,
aren't they?
I hope.
Are they still
I
there?
hope.
What else? And then what else should we add?
There we have some other greens there. Your amaranthus, which you liked earlier, we can put that in for a little bit of height.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whenever we have Doug Oster on, he always says thriller, spiller, and filler.
That's it.
I don't know if you do that with your bouquets as well.
We do.
So I can put this right in the middle then?
You can. You can.
Okay.
And then the other things that are available now, your millet, any of the things that you see out in, we affectionately call the things that you see, growing in fields and along the road, we call it all roadsidea. So
roadsidea.
Yeah. So any of your millet, any of those things that you like, there's really no right or wrong.
Well, it looks pretty already. I mean, I have to say yours maybe looks a little bit more, put together. So. Okay. I'll just stick some of my roadsidea in right through here. Yeah. Okay. Well, and I think people are losing sight of me now. Okay.
We'll trade you. Come on over.
If you. Come on over. And there's a finished product.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so we have that when it's done. And the great thing about this, the roses. I wish I could claim these roses out of my garden. I do have garden roses growing at my store. And we can do that, but you can go to a florist and just get a couple of flowers to finish your product.
It looks lovely. Well, yours does anyways.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd rather let the professionals do the flowers for you or need some fresh flowers to create your own design, you can visit Neubauer's Flowers in 2 locations in downtown Uniontown at the Flower Shop and the Market House. So send us a picture of your creations. We'd love to see them.